Hi viewers, welcome back to Learning Gallery. This is Astha Gill. Hope your arts prep is going well. I'm happy to see so many of you putting in the required efforts and recording the desired band score in the first attempt itself. Congratulations! I'm so glad that my online personalized sessions have been a great support for you all. Keep sharing your comments, feedback, and queries. I'll be happy to answer them as always. This video will be beneficial for the ones who wish to understand the flowchart style of questioning in the IELTS reading test. Putting in simple words, a flowchart is a kind of diagram that shows each step or progression through a process. So what you're seeing is a flowchart that is giving a gist of coffee making process. Okay, now if I remove the text from some shapes of the flowchart, you would require to hunt for that information from somewhere. And well, this is exactly what you will have to do in the flowchart type of questioning in the reading test. So like that, some procedure or process or maybe some other things that can complete a flow of information is called a flowchart. There would be lines that indicate directional flow, and there's a standard set of symbols and shapes that help describe the step-by-step procedure. A well-made flowchart can be used to break big ideas into small, bite-sized pieces that are expressed visually. So knowing how to make one is sort of like having a universal language. Being able to flowchart makes it possible to communicate all sorts of things with all sorts of people, and that's pretty cool. But that's not something that you need to work on. The IELTS test makers are going to make the flowchart. They are good at this. Your job is to complete it with the missing pieces of information which you will find at a specific part in the reading passage. Let me throw some light on the variations and versions of flowcharts. Well, that's actually endless, but there are certain types that are particularly versatile. Like I said before, flowcharts may be used for even other things like describing business, manufacturing process, or administrative processes, seeing how an organization functions and how different departments work together. Let me take you back to a process flowchart like we saw at the beginning of the video. A process flowchart is probably the most versatile of all variants used in flowchart types because it can be applied to virtually anything. A process flow diagram could map out roles and responsibilities of various designations within an organization to gain clarity, draw up a proposal for a new process or project to understand its scope and steps, or it could even simply show the way you wake up in the morning, as shown here. I know that some candidates even get scared of the symbol or the shape variants, so let me give you a brief on that as well. The oval or the circle shape depicts an end or a beginning. So usually you will find these two shapes used at the start or to terminate the process. The rectangle shape is your go-to symbol once you've started flowcharting. Rectangles are used to capture process steps. Various steps involved in the process are mentioned in rectangles. You might find some rectangles empty when a flowchart type of question comes in your reading task, which means that you have to find the missing parts of the process and fill the blank rectangles. The arrow is used to guide the viewer along their flowcharting path. Please carefully monitor the arrows and the direction they suggest. Many candidates get confused and are unable to figure out the expectations of the flowchart. Here, your scanning skill will be beneficial. If you have a good understanding of the passage, you will be able to summarize the information in the flowchart correctly. And then there could be a diamond shape. The diamond symbolizes that a decision is required to move forward. It will have certain arrows here and there, and then, according to the information given in the passage, you will have to make a move. So basically, you are going to get an incomplete flowchart, and the required information must be fit at the right places. From where will you collect all the missing information in your reading task? Well, that's what you are tested on. In the test, your flowchart could be as simple as the one given here. So no shapes, no boxes, just a flow of information and some blanks. Simple, isn't it? Just remember a few tips that can help you handle flowcharts. The information will be available in one part of the passage. Skimming and scanning would be required. So first skim to find relevant information, and once you know where it is, scan it nicely to find the correct and exact answers. The answers must be according to the word limit mentioned in the instructions, so make sure you have read the information carefully. If test takers write more than the number of words asked for, they will lose the mark. Numbers can be written using figures or words. Please pay close attention to the information mentioned here and about how numbers are counted. Also remember a few more important things. Understand paraphrasing. The information in the table of flowchart will match information in the text, but it will very likely be paraphrased and include synonyms. So, last but not the least, identify the synonyms. Once you've located where in the text the answer is located, you need to interpret the language to identify the word or words. You need to fill the gap in the table or flowchart. So that's about flowcharting. Don't forget to practice this questioning style before the exam because, like I always say, proper preparation prevents poor performance. All the best and happy learning!